welcome to Rhythms and Dance with Khalida, that's me, our final session of this series for Samay Takhil. If you see this later, please put replay, #replay in the comments so I know that you're here and I get a little notification. If you are here live, let me know if you can hear and see me well in the comments. Give me a thumbs if yes. And also let me know, however you see this, if you already know the Samay rhythm. Okay if yes, great if yes, and no problem if no, because we're going to start from the beginning. What is the rhythm? Where can you find it? Hello! Samay is one of my favorite rhythms, and what we're going to do today is a little bit of background information just so you know where it comes from and why it feels the way it feels. And then the rest of the session will be all about the body. Hi Miko! Hello Japan! Hello Sweden! The rest will be about how you can make your body express the mood of this rhythm. This is even more important than the steps that you do, because as you know, you can do a hip drop in 10 million different ways and they will all feel different. And it's interesting how music, how sounds, just vibrations actually, can have an influence on your heart, soul, mood, emotions. That's Samay rhythm, and we'll count and step on the beats in a moment. For now, slide the hips to the side, side, twist, twist, stay. Side, side, twist, twist, over. Side, side, twist, twist, stay. Side, side, twist, twist, over. Now let's do 500. A slow belly roll down, just to warm our bodies up. We'll go to the side, and a little extra ripple. Hi Katja! Yes, you can see me good. I'm so happy it worked. I had some trouble starting the live. 1, 2, 3. We're doing just slow belly rolls. We didn't do any belly rolls in my boost program this year. Next year we will. So if you have trouble with this, I have some free tutorials, but next year we dance to it. Let's do up, up, 1, 2, 3, and then figure eight, down, down, 1, 2, 3, up, up, quick, quick, slow, down, down, quick, quick, slow, side, side, 1, 2, 3, side, side, 1, 2, and then jewel, 1, 2, 1, 2, jewel, 1, 2, 1, 2, jewel. Now let's change the weight, step, step, step. Step back, back, front. Pas de bourrée if you do ballet or jazz. Step, step, step. Let me go here so you can see the feet. I'm staying, I step, step, front. Now this foot, step back, back, front. Other side, so you can see, back, back, side. Warming up the feet. Now little hips. Very small, very small. Boom, boom. Let me know if you know the rhythm, those of you who just joined. If you've heard it in songs or in class, if you've performed to it, or if it's very new and maybe slightly confusing timing wise. Let's do 3 more. Freestyle. Try to find those little beats. 1, 2, and then 3 little ones. If I count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me read the comments, they might disappear later. Yes, says Cecilia, my favorite rhythm must have in all majesties and lyrical pieces. Exactly. This rhythm is actually, it's very old. It is used in Middle Eastern dance, and you can encounter it in different pieces. In majansis, which are the big entrance pieces, they used to be made with orchestras for dancers, created for dance, and there you have different rhythms, so the dancer can express different moods, and one of those could be samai. So you may encounter it even in a modern oriental dance song that is made to dance for. So it is a dancing rhythm. You can also encounter it in a drum solo. If you have a drummer who likes to mix up high energy and then boof, slow down a piece, or make it from very, very strong maybe to a little bit of elegance, like for contrast. So in a drum solo, if you're lucky, you also might hear this rhythm, samai. It's not Egyptian in, how to say it, it's Arab Andalus. So Moorish Spain from the 10th century. It is a rhythm that originally was used for poetry. So it's a very poetic, elegant, elevated rhythm, one of the classical longer rhythms. And that is also partially why it is irregular. It is made to fit the lyrics, the kind of melodic reciting of these poems, and that's why it is not 8 counts like most of the rhythms that we know and dance and bop to intuitively. It has a little hesitation at the end, and the melody goes over the break. Does that make sense? I'll add a link to a very good website where you can hear the rhythm, but also read how it is written, and then you can clap and step to it just to get it in your body, because once you have it, it might become your favorite rhythm. Today, we will do a bit of warm-up for the hips, extra. That's why you need 2 yoga blocks and 2 socks. Your props. It's winter when I record this, so you might have socks nearby. If you have a pair of socks, make each one into a little ball. My boosties, my strength, flexibility, dance online program students, you know this. We use this to open up our hips for shimmies, but it's great for traveling steps too. Hi Iris. Hi Sabina. So 2 socks, bunch up into little balls to open up your ankles, hips, and feet from the bottom up, and then the traveling steps will be easier to feel on the beat. Because if you're a bit nervous, like we all may be on stage, you are more in the head, and then letting your body transfer you to the rhythm is harder. So these guys, 2 socks, put them in your bag when you perform forever. 2 yoga blocks if you like, to open up the hips and also the upper body posture. These will be tricks from my Boost program to help you prepare yourself for dance and give you more range of motion. Optionally, for the end of the class, a set of fan veils and or a veil, because this is such a lyrical rhythm. It's very, very very good possible to dance with flowing silk props to it. Even though originally it was not made for fan veils, I love to perform to samai with fan veils just to express the lyricalness of the poetic samai. Let's begin with warming up your body, and then I'll warm up your brain with the counting. So get your socks. You will go put the 1 sock under the joint of your big toe. So suppose this is my foot, this is my big toe, and there where the toe meets the ball of the foot, if you lift your toes, where your toes should hit the floor, that's where you will put the sock, and you wedge it under your big toe. So the toe is lifted by the sock, and you have a bit of support under the pad. The other sock does the same, but with your pinky toe. So your toes will be like this on the floor. Then we'll bend the knee, and it will open up all the little muscles between your toe joints. Like in the hands, they run across the midfoot, and that will do magic for your legs. So try it first with me. Standing here, bending and straightening, because we have traveling steps in this rhythm, gentle ones. You want it to be smooth, so feel how deep you can plie with your heel flat on the floor. If you feel a bit creaky, don't worry. Sock under big toe and under little toe pad. So you probably will not be able to see it, but I promise this works. Let me see. I took white socks, which will, yes, hopefully show up. So my toes are like this, big toe, little toe. My knee will travel beyond my foot. I know dance teachers often say keep your knees behind your toes, but for this particular exercise to loosen up range of motion, you safely travel with the knee over the big toe, and then you reach with your arm in. So if I'm facing you, my leg travels over the big toe, beyond my foot, and then you might feel a bit of waking up happening in your calf muscle, your Achilles, or the shins. And then back. Let me know when you feel this. If this is new to you, we call it the sock trick in my Boost program, and it's miraculous for shimmies. 3 times. Oh, my knee just cracked into place. And this also helps you to straighten your legs for turns. Okay, that's it. Just 3-4 bends. Now try walking around. See if you feel if you feel your foot. Let me know if yes. And then do a plie on that leg. Check the height of my head. Do a plie on the other leg. Can you see a difference? I can feel a difference. Yes? It feels a bit softer here in this area where I get tight from dancing or not moving. Other side also, so you are even. And this is something you can do anytime, any place. Everyone has socks, especially in cold countries. Everyone has socks. It's easy to do, and you can take this with you. It doesn't weigh much. So I have big toe and little toe supported. My knee travels over my foot, beyond my foot, until I can feel my shin wake up, or my Achilles or my calf muscles wake up. And then you go back. So you gently travel through and back. And if you're like me, whenever I open up ranges of motion that I haven't used, my heart rate goes up, even though my breathing is calm. It's just a weirdness how my body works. And then you reach with your arm as if you want to get something there, and then it kind of escapes around, and this gives you a nice little spiraling feeling. Keep your feet flat on the floor. This one, the other one, the heel can lift. That's it, that's enough. To the side, walk around, walk it off. Register your feet on the floor, and that will help you with the rhythm. Any rhythm, or any traveling step, or any shimmy. And then try it again. And it might feel a bit softer, as if your ankles have softened. Does that make sense? Do you feel that? I feel it when I haven't done it for a while. Okay, now that we have done that, and you feel your feet, grab a block, a yoga block. And this is something that we did in Boost last week, our final week of this year, where we are working with props. And because I want your posture to be elegant and elevated, like you are filling the stage with a royal presence, because this was something that was performed, semi-poems for the king. So it's supposed to be elegant and grand, and this will help you feel that way, even if it's not your normal, regular way of being. So, little trick, looks funny, but I swear it works. Your block goes under your arm. I know, I always lure you in with rhythms and dance, and then we do weird stuff, but it makes a difference. So I'm hanging my block at my rib cage, not too deep. My ribs should be there. My arm is on top to give me pressure, and then I try to breathe and move the block out. So I try to lift my arm by widening my rib cage when I inhale, and then when I exhale, the block can go back. Try that with 2 blocks if you have it. If you don't have blocks, you may be able to use books or something else. Don't use your pets. Something with resistance. And your arms, if you want to strengthen this, can press against it for resistance. So I'm breathing, and I want to make the blocks travel out and in. You might not see a lot of difference of movement, but if you can feel it, like this maybe, and you can feel a difference when you exhale, then you're already doing it. Most of us breathe either in the top or in the belly or in the back, but never all the way around. The sides are often kind of forgotten, but that's a way to wake up your back muscles, wake up your diaphragm, and open up posture in your upper body in a smooth way. If this works, if this is active, this will settle down, and that's the part that gets tight when you get stressed. So shake it out. See how that feels? Now it's like my arms are lighter. Do you notice that? It will also help you to use this wide posture that's in balletic dances, which fits the Samai rhythm really well. Yes, pets will give you resistance too. That's true. That's very true. Okay, one last one, and that is to give yourself a lift, the elevation that fits the rhythm also. And that's imagining you have 2 gymnastic rings hanging from your ceiling. I wish I had those, because I would do pull-ups every day if yes. If you have a tree nearby or a rack where you can use that. Otherwise, just pretend like I'm doing, that you have 2 rings, you grab them and you pull them straight down. So not in, not out, but straight down from here, maybe even a bit wider, however it's comfortable. See, I'm at my nose length. You pull down with resistance and you relax your face. Let's do that 5 times. So grab and pull. What I want you to feel is the area that we just woke up here, as if it's pulling with you. If you don't feel it, put your hand here and then make a fist. That if you make a fist really tight, you might feel your latissimus wake up, and then you pull down from the elbow with force, resistance. If you feel anything happen here, that's good news. That's a great posture waker upper. If you're feeling very brave, you can hang a broomstick between 2 chairs and really pull yourself up. That's something I did, and it helped me get rid of shoulder pain that I had for years. It's so powerful. Anything you wake up here will relax that. That's how it works. Okay, shake it off. So, Samai. Classical rhythm, poetic, regal, used in different songs. So you want to go from whatever you've been doing into Samai, and it's, I would imagine for me, a dreamy scene. Everything is in pastel colors, if you like that. And if you want to see examples of Muwahashat, which is the poetic form of Samai, go check out Nesma's website, because they have put, with Reda style, a lot of gorgeous different types of dancing on the stage, and Muwahashat is one of them, and that's where Samai Takil, this exact rhythm, is used. So you have background, a vision in your mind that will help you for this. Alright, enough talking. Let's count it together with the music. We'll step it, and then we will say it, and then you will have it forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 beats until it repeats. Let's step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's quick, yes? All the long rhythms are like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I love how this makes my hands huge. 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 4, 6, 7, 8. Does this make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try. Hip, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hip, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So big, big, quick, quick, slow. And the rest. Big, big, quick, quick, slow. And the rest. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. And the rest. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Dance with me, so you'll feel. Quick, quick. So I do it in lunge, side, and I come back. Shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Side, and I come back. Shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Breathe. 2, little, little, little. Breathe. 2, little, little, little. 9, the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's walk. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. And to the front. I know, very small now. Quick, quick, slow. 2, 3, slow. Slow, quick, quick, slow. And then break, slow. Slow, quick, quick, slow. And then break, slow. Slow, quick, quick, hold. Slow, slow, quick, quick, hold. Slow, side, back, back, front. Slow, side, in. So you can improvise once you know. That's quick, quick, slow, and the rests. Quick, quick, slow. It all fits. 1, 2, quick, quick, slow. 1, 2, quick, quick, slow. And it's lyrical, so you can step and use arms or turn. Let's try a 3-step turn. 1, 2, 3, in spot. That's that's if you have the rhythm. If it's a drum solo and it's like you feel that it needs to be accents, you can still do a hip drop in and boom, boom, boom. You can do tiny accents and it still works as long as you catch the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It fits. Right? But you can also do on a drum solo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can go a bit lyrical, even in a drum solo, but add a shimmy. Or you can do tiny accents. It depends on the mood of the rest of the song, the context. But at least you know now what's underneath, what is within. Okay. Out of breath from talking and shimmying. I haven't done the shimmies in a long time. Let me see. We're going to go into the props part. Because once you have the rhythm, it's not complicated to step on it. You just have to kind of repeat it until you feel it. I have extra not used the melodic part because that one is easier than the one with just the rhythm. If you can do this, what we did up till now, you can do everything. With props is easier and with the melody is easier. Let me show you, listen you a song that you might already know, and that is one of the most known Muwahashat or poems that has made it up till modern times, and you've probably heard it a million times. It's called Lama Bada. This version is by House of Tarab, one of my favorite classical bands from the US. They're from Seattle. Starting with the rhythm. Here, hello Linda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can feel it soft and rounded. And it makes you want to float and bring the energy up. And the stepping. 1, 2, small, small, big. Or slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Step back, 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 front. Or you can step front, 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 hold. Or you can step back, back, side and in. Or step and turn, turn, turn. Turn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and around. Arms, arms, nipples. Inspired by classical Muwahashat with the little bits of fabric, frames and lines. So that's all these kinds of things fit the melodic version, the lyrical version really well. Now grab a veil or your fan veils, any prop you like or both. Songs with Samai or for Lama Bada. So to interpret it in a lyrical way. What I haven't had time for this time, but you can find it in the very first video of this series. This is a series, by the way, that I've been doing the whole year. If you're new to this group, welcome and thank you for being here. Check out the other rhythm and dance videos on my YouTube. It's youtube.com/Khalida. I had YouTube very many years ago, so still my name was free. And if you're a Boostie, if you're an online Boost participant of this year, you will get the full series as a download, as a gift for being one of my online Boost students this year. By the way, if you want to study with me next year in any way, I'm only teaching online next year, and I'm only teaching Boost plus a few guest classes. Like this weekend I'm teaching in German on Instagram, and if you want to join me there, wenn Sie sprechen Deutsch, then keep an eye out. I will post the event in a moment after this session. Anyway, if you want to join me for Boost, sign up in the notify list, because I want to open enrollments soon. And if you enroll early, you will get a discount for the full year of Boost. It's 3 seasons, intros, the belly of the dance, which is improvisation tips how to make dances, how I would create it for any type of dance and any place you would dance. And then finales is the final season. Each season is 12 weeks of classes: Monday strength, Tuesday relaxation, Friday dance. And Boosties, you know it, Boost is not just a program, it's not just classes, it's more like a way of life, is what I call it. It's what I do to give my body and mind the peace it needs to be able to do all the things that I love, to make my dancing more fluid, to feel better, to feel stronger, and to open up my posture. So that's why I created Boost, and that's what we have been doing for the past almost 2 years. Thank you, Boosties. Okay, let's continue. So if you have a veil, it can be silk or any other fabric, you can still use the footwork. Let's say I have the veil behind me, and I'm rotating my upper arms inwards, and that will lift my elbows by itself. I don't like saying lift your elbows because it's weird, yes? The actual movement happens in the upper arm bone. So if you rotate the upper arm bones in, the rest figures out itself. Rotate your upper arm bones in. See this nice line? Imagine the 2 blocks, not cats, under the rib cage to give yourself this. See, if I don't do this like this, it's nice, yes? If I do, it's like it opens and gives you a bit more. Hi, Lisbeth. It gives you a bit more presence and softness and realness. Also, what you do with your chin, if you want to make a dance feel more elevated, you wouldn't do this, yes? You would do the opposite. So I would widen my inhalation and slightly point this up diagonally, and it will lengthen my abs. So I'm not bending back, but I'm lengthening my abs, and I slightly lift the back of my ears. Can you see this? So this is nice, but this, it's like it floats, and that's what you want. So it's a tiny, tiny body tweak, but it also changes how you feel. Try this with me. So you'll feel the arms tomorrow, rotating my upper arm bones inwards. You see that? Yes, but from here, rotating them in, breathing into my imaginary blocks. Check the beginning of the video. If you miss it, the replay will stay up. And then aiming my heart diagonally and lengthening my abs. You'll see a little cambre like in ballet. I'm not bending my back, I'm lengthening the front, and then lifting behind my ears and breathing up. There. Now you're in the Samai zone. So if a dance changes, if you've been doing Saidi, maybe not with a veil, but if you've been doing Saidi, whoop, and Samai comes, take a moment to change this posture, and you will take your audience and yourself with you. So in a, might just say, different rhythms, in a drum solo, different rhythms, maybe very earthy. Samai is the opposite, the polar opposite of Magranat, I would say. So you're not dancing like this to Samai. You might be dancing to this to the previous rhythm, and then the rhythm changes. You take the first 2, maybe 3 repetitions of the rhythm to change your breathing, to change your posture, to change your mindset, and then all the steps you do will feel like they fit the Samai. Does that make sense? You change your vision, or you change how you feel. You might be more in the sensing area, you might be more in the hearing, you might be more for the... I'm a visual person, so I imagine being in that palace and hearing the poetry and just time traveling, as it were. And I take my time to become of that time, to become poetic and lyrical. And it is in my body, but then also it will translate to the steps. Yes, and then the steps you do almost don't matter. Okay, just some of them make more sense with the posture. For your legs, to give yourself the elegance you crave for this rhythm, think of, like for the very first one we had, now I'm back on track. For Malfouf, doom tak tak, doom tak tak, you remember from January. What we did there is we turned our legs out from the hip socket, from here. Then we crossed them, we adducted them, brought them together, and then we pushed our heels forward. Can you see what happens? If I don't do it, my legs are short. I have short legs. But if I turn out from the top here, and I cross over, and then I let my toes hit the floor, and then the heel comes forward, it's like my legs lengthen, and it lengthens also my hips. And this will help with traveling in a regal way. Yes, so practice that with me, with veil. We go all the way back so you can see my arms when I start. So just shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Rotating my arm in, rotating in. 1, 2, 3. Let's step, step, quick, quick, slow. Step back, quick, quick, slow. The same when the arms travel up, slow. Chest out a bit, lift that chin. 1, 2, 2. Last one of these, the arms travel down. And this is already beautiful if you do it in a group. 1, 2, turn, left or your right. 1, turn to that side. 1, 2, 3. 1, turn there. 1, 2, 2. Arms fail around and keep it low. Veil, arrow, and turn, turn, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can keep your upper body and you make it twist at the end for a nice smooth transition. 9, 10, 1. Turn, step, 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 and twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, and step, 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 twist. Accent, accent. 1, 2, 3. Accent with a step and turn, turn, turn. Accent, accent, turn, turn, turn. Let's do the veil to the front. And just your shoulders. You can walk into the veil. Simple, but it all looks nice. On 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Just one side to the front, and then you turn. One side to the front, and then you turn. Again, up, cross, and turn, 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 up, and cross. Less is more with Samai. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Up, down, shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Or step back. Close. Hip, hip, hip. Arms, arms. Little snakes. Down, I'm just freestyling, checking what works. So sometimes the veil on the beats. And I'll turn. Wrap yourself. And you go home. Or you stay and we do fan veils. This is not originally Oriental. I would say it's not Arabic at all. It is more from the Far East, inspired by Japanese and also Korean, Chinese dances, and they use fans in martial arts as well. Fans with silk, that is something that is used in Oriental dance more as a fantasy or lyrical addition fairly recently. I love them, but I haven't gotten to know them until I was dancing a long time. So I first learned how to dance, and then I got to know fan veils. So my fan veil skills are like medium, I would say, but I love using them for anything that is lyrical, that makes me think of floaty things. So these fan veils fit my colors today, are made by ST of Flow Silk UK. I'll add a link later because you can get a discount using Kalida 10. Yes, I think I've remembered to say everything. So if you have fan veils for Samai, it will not look like Muwahashat maybe, but you can mimic the little pieces of fabric that are used in the folkloric version by Nesma, using closed fans. So you can do this, having this sideways pose, and it will look kind of like it, and it will be a nod to the original version. So that way you can make a connection, even though it's a totally different prop, to the original. And I love doing that, doing little winks and nods. It's as if you're dancing Saidi. Sorry, I'm too bright. As if you're dancing Saidi, but you don't have a stick. You would still do the earthy, folkloric movements as if you were handing a stick, and then you go back into Oriental mode. So you can switch between personas just to acknowledge the rhythms when you recognize them. Thank you, dear Marla. Okay, Linda says, beautiful, can you tell me what the music is, please? I'm familiar with the song, but I don't know what it's called. Yes, the song Lama Bada is sometimes with one M, sometimes with two M's. It's phonetically written, but this version with the lady singing is from Lena, L-E-N-A, Shamamian. And because you have commented it, I will add it, I will see it later, and I'll add the link to maybe Apple Music. I found it on Apple Music, and I'm sure it's available online to purchase. I have it in my playlist here. So Lena Shamamian, a beautiful singer, and this is one of the songs that she adapted. So fan veils, enough talking. What you can do is you can do boom, da, boom, boom, boom. So you can use the slow flutter. I'm doing this. I'm rotating my lower arm to make the fan move, and I'm using my upper arm rotation for the position of my arm. So I'm not doing this to flutter, I'm just rotating from the elbow, and I'm using the upper arm rotation for my positioning. But you can do slow movements, back and boom, 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 like you would do for any rhythms. Let me just demonstrate to Muwahashat. Same thing as we did with the veil, but using closed fans, upper body swings, and my arms kind of follow. So that's my heart going left and right, step, step, step on the quick beats, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, and twist, slow, slow, and then you can add a little fluff with the back arm. I love this one. Again, you will turn. Sideways pose up and down, and then turn. Or this side. Let's try open fans. I would dance slowly, 2 And then maybe some round movements. 1, 2, and turn around. Like we did accents with the veil. Same thing. Accent, accent, and turn. Accent, accent, and turn. Very, no stress, very calm. 1, 2, 3. A rainbow, goes back, and then finish. Let's try this. Flamingo pose from last week, and then you turn. Flamingo pose, flip back on back, then you turn. Flamingo, flip back, 1 to the front, back on back. Or you can go into this pose. What I did with the closed ones. Towards your audience. We open and you breathe and we keep the fans up. This is last week's move, remember? The double flip. And you can walk with that. And then you turn. One flip, 2 flip, and then you turn. Step, step, back, back, front, step, step, back, back, front, step, step, back, back, front, 1, 2, or you can just go here. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, yes, Hannah. Now you have the power, the knowledge, and hopefully the confidence to get going with this. I know rhythms can be daunting until you've seen them, heard them a couple of times, and it becomes more familiar, and it becomes easier and easier over time. I promise. It's like with anything new. But nowadays you have the power of the internet, you have video tutorials, and if you Google the rhythm names, once you know them, then the information that you find will also make more sense. So I think it's good to have something like this, which is simple and not deep at all, but then you have enough to know what it is. And then from there, if you wish, you can research the ones that you like most, and or you will recognize them now. If you see a dancer performing to music and the rhythm comes on, your Samai spidey senses will activate, and then you will learn even faster. Let me read. I love that you chose this song. I have one to dance with, but I did not know its rhythm. Yes, it's Samai. Samai Takil is the specific one that is 10 counts long. There's different types of Samai. There's also a regular one, the 8 count one. But for Muwa Hashat, the poetic form of Lamabada, of this song particular, this poem, they use the 10 count one. So I wanted to take the more tricky one. If you can master that one, all the other Samai variations will be easier. Thank you, Linda. Yes, yes, it is actual joy of dancing. I know, I always say I make it half an hour, and they always are like 45 to 50 minutes, but yes, I love doing this. This is the final one, as I said, of this year. I will do another free workshop, a Boost Taster workshop in December. Keep an eye on this group. Join me for Boost if you can. It's the only thing that I teach next year, and I swear it is special. It's hard to explain, but there's Boosties over here who have done my Boost classes, and it has helped with them with posture, confidence. It's like self-care and movement and dance rolled into one. We cover one movement every week, and then we do strength and relaxation exercises that make that movement feel nicer to do. And it works. It works more than having 3 sessions of 3 hours of just drilling. It'll support whatever other practice you are doing. It's like the base layer for your body and soul. So that's Boost. Okay, that's it. I want to thank everyone who's here. Let me know if this was helpful. Next year I will have a different set of topics. I want to do another series. If you have wish topics, put them in the comments and I will consider them. I might do what I want, something else, but I might consider your wishes. Have a beautiful week. If it's too gloomy, put on this song again. Dance to Samai, tag me if you do, and feel free to share this video wherever, whenever. Love you all. Share this video if you see it. It's free for everyone. Share it with your friends, share it with your students, fellow dancers, so more of you can enjoy rhythms and dance. And if you want to study with me for real, work with me 3 times a week for half an hour, then sign up for the notify list of my Boost program.